Grumpy has a lot of attributes, and one of the main ones is, I'm cheap. If I can save money gardening, I'm gonna do it. And one of the ways that I can do that is by starting flowers and vegetables from seed rather than buying them from the garden center. The first thing you need to do when you're gonna be starting seeds is figure out how many plants you wanna grow, and then you have to choose your pots. Probably the most common pot that you'll see in the garden center is the terracotta or clay pot. They are inexpensive, they last a pretty good long time, and another thing I like about them is because moisture moves in and out of terracotta. Unlike plastic, it's not going to trap moisture inside, so it means it's going to be a really good growing environment for seedlings. The second type that I have in my left hand here, this is a pressed peat pot. It's actually made from compressed peat moss, and what makes this really cool to use is you fill it with soil, you add your seed, and when the plant grows in there, after it fills the pot with roots, you can take and plant this thing, pot, plant, and all in the ground. The roots will go right through the peat moss and the plant will never know that it's been transplanted. So now that we've got our two different kinds of pots that we might want to use, let's talk about the soil. You never ever want to start seeds with soil from your garden. Your soil from your garden is no good for growing seedlings because it's often too heavy, it's got clay in it, and it also has bugs in it, and it also has diseases in it. What you want to get is a name brand bagged potting soil. It's going to be nice and light, it's going to drain well, it's going to hold nutrients, and it's going to be sterile. So you don't have to worry about bugs and diseases killing your young seedlings. So what kind of seeds are you going to start off with? Well, if you're a beginner, I would suggest you pick something that has rather large seeds. Some of these plants have these tiny powdery seeds, you know, and you pour them off into the palm of your hand and then you sneeze and they blow all over the yard. I would suggest that instead of that, if you're a beginner, get something that has rather large seeds that are easy to manipulate. What I've done is chosen some sunflower seeds. I just take out a few sunflower seeds and then I put them and space them equally around the container, maybe put 2 or 3 in each one, and then I'm just going to press them with my finger just below the surface of the soil, cover them up a little bit, and then it's time to water. You water until water runs out of the drain hole in the bottom. Then you're going to put it in a warm, kind of sunny place, and depending on the kind of seeds you've just sown, you may see seedlings coming up within a week. After the seed sprouts, it's going to send up a pair of what we call seed leaves. These are usually rounded or elongated, but they're not true leaves. And at this point, the plant, the seedling, is just too small to be transplanted. What you want to do is wait until it's grown several inches tall, and it will send up several pairs of leaves that look in miniature exactly like the leaves look when the plant is mature. And when you see small white roots just kind of sneaking out the drain hole in the bottom of the pot, that tells you that roots have filled the entire pot. You've got a good healthy root system, and now the plant is ready to go into the garden.